Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 6 of the Radio Podcast. As always, my name is Niall. I will be the host of this show. Joining me today is the balded, bearded bruiser Bobby. If this is your first time listening to the show, basically Radio Podcast is a weekly gaming podcast where we discuss everything in the world of gaming, such as news, what we've been playing, rumours, you name it. So this week, me and Bobby have been very busy with a little game called Dead Space. What we're going to do is talk a bit more about what we've been playing, followed up by the news and rumours, and then finishing up with looking forward to the new weekly release of next week, which, spoiler alert, is Hogwarts Legacy. So, Bobby, talk to me. How's things?
Good, mate. I beat Dead Space. I'm fucking buzzing.
We both beat Dead Space. Half an hour ago.
It's a big achievement for me because if you haven't listened to the podcast before, I am a big chicken when it comes to scary games. Like an absolute pussy. Usually, I would say there was a point in Dead Space when I first started. It was maybe within the first half an hour to 40 minutes where I was about to quit.
Oh, really? My 70 quit down the drain?
But that's just what I usually do as soon as like something scares me and it gets to like I start getting like goosebumps and all. I was like, right, that's me. I don't have to do it. I'm an adult. I can just walk away from it.
Okay, so we can get into Dead Space in a second. Anything else new with you?
No, I haven't played anything else. I've been literally just trying to get Dead Space done today, so we can probably talk into it. But I've got Age of Empires downloading at the minute, and I've got that Hi-Fi Rush. I'm gonna give a blast tonight too.
So what are you going to try and do? You're going to try and beat Hi-Fi Rush before Monday, or Tuesday Hogwarts, or what?
If I like it, I'll probably blast it out over the weekend. Hopefully.
I don't think it's that long. It's what, 7-8 hours?
No, I think it's actually about 10 hours, 10, 11.
10 hours, so probably take it longer than it took Dead Space.
Maybe not.
No, I think it's short enough, I think, because I'm like halfway through it. I'm only 3-4 hours in anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to stick it on. It looks good. It looks like something I'll be into, so I'll stick that on. Or maybe even have a pretty blast the night after the podcast and see how I get on.
Yeah, so before we get into Dead Space, I just wanted to kind of touch on something I was doing. So continuing on from last week, we're playing Elden Ring all week during work. Should be saying that.
That's right.
Playing it on PC. Looks gorgeous on PC. Have my thoughts changed? Not really. I think it's a good game. Like, even the way I'm approaching it now, Bobby, is a lot of it. I have fucking Limgrave down to a T in my head, so I know exactly kind of where things are, but I am just doing it a bit more kind of
natural.
Natural.
Just kind of going whatever way you want.
Yeah, but the thing is, see, when I first played it, like now you kind of know the game plan. You do your wee dungeons to level up stronger. There's not much in the way of side content.
Mm-hmm.
When I first played it, I was going up to everywhere, just looking and picking up fucking the wee skulls, running over them to get the wee drops. Just, do you know what I'm on about the wee skulls, by the way? Like, I was just running about doing nothing, but at least now I'm kind of doing something. But the best parts of the game are the legacy dungeons still. I'm in the Weeping Peninsula, just done that. So I'm literally ready to go on to Godric, beat Margit, I think it's name, isn't it? Margit, whatever it's fucking called.
The first one, Margit. Yep.
Yeah, strength build. Don't know whether to keep going strength or go dexterity. So
is that something that you normally wouldn't do then, strength? Because I know you are a big lover of the dex.
Dex builds, yeah. Dex builds, so the whole thing with dex is you're faster, less damage output, but quicker. So I just like that. It's kind of like Sekiro.
I would prefer that, yeah.
But with strength, like when you hit them hard because you're just fucking wiping out boys. But what I was thinking is when you played Dark Souls and you said about the movement, were you having heavy roll? Do you know what kind of roll you had?
No, I know it wasn't a heavy roll. It was just a normal roll. It wasn't light, like there's a lighter one as well, isn't there? There's like a really faster roll, isn't it? No, it was just a normal roll, but I just felt the gameplay was just. Do you get what I mean by it is slower gameplay?
Yeah.
Elden Ring is very. I'm going to use Kieran's word, fluid. It is very more. It's more fluid if you get
responsive. Me. It's a bit more. Yeah, I think, and I said this to you. Give Dark Souls 3 a go because it is proper Elden Ring style almost, but it's very linear. But it's good. Yeah. Like, I actually think you should give that a go. Use magic if you want. I don't care. I'm not slagging you, but I think you'd really like that. And then you could see how you do with maybe going back to Sekiro, which is gonna kick your ass anyway.
But yeah. No. The problem is just at the minute we've just done Dead Space and we're going to be hammered with Hogwarts here because I feel like it's going to be quite a big game. Yeah. So hopefully I can get the Hogwarts beat in time for a wee bit of a break in between to test out some stuff before the VR comes.
Can't wait to film it. You hyped for it?
Yeah. I'm really excited for it. See, after watching the trailer you sent, the IGN,
Yeah.
the GT7.
GT7
looks
trailer.
class.
Yeah.
Looks unbelievable.
Yeah, like that actually
So
looks
good.
fucking class. And just see the guy.
20 FPS as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. We've got that. Mate, you know what I feel in the kind of an inkling to play Persona 4 on the Xbox, but that's a commitment. But you know what's they were saying on Sacred Symbols. Your man Destin was saying it's 4K 120,
Yeah, on an Xbox,
but it's 1080 on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that
yeah,
strange, isn't it? I think it's maybe something to do with marketing deal Xbox. They funded it maybe for Game Pass and things like that.
see Atlas. Mate, they are pricks. Like they released
Yeah.
Persona 5, obviously in 2016, 17, and then they give you the Persona 5 Royale. You had to rebuy it. It was like 40 quid I paid for it. And all they did was they brought it to 4K 30, like a pro patch. And then they did obviously the PS5 version, and then they made you buy that again. So, and it was 60 FPS, so it was a big change. But I mean, they're just, I don't know. I wouldn't even trust Atlas at the moment. They just fucking do anything. If Xbox gave them a bit more money, they'd probably do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sega?
there's another
Sega
game
owned.
that was a wee bit. Mass Effect. It was 120. Do you remember on Xbox, not PlayStation?
Was it?
The trilogy, the remaster trilogy.
Fuck off, is it?
Yeah, it's 120 on Xbox.
Holy shit, I was wanting to play 2 again, and I played 1, I beat 1 on the trilogy, and then I was like kind of halfway through 2, and I was thinking, it was actually Dead Space gave me the idea, mate, because it very much reminds me of Mass Effect. It's totally different, by the way, but just
Yeah.
spaceships
Just
and
space
stuff.
stuff like that. Well,
Just
you'd be
kinda
better
thinking.
playing it on Xbox then. Get 120.
I think that's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Yeah, play.
I would 100% play at 120. Absolutely, that's a good shit, actually. I think you should give that a go. Those games, you've never touched them, and
I've
KOTOR
never
fan?
touched them at all, and I feel like if I do, I'll get into them because they're what do you call them?
BioWare,
which done KOTOR. So
It was straight after KOTOR. KOTOR 2
And
wasn't
it's-
BioWare, wasn't it?
it was Obsidian, I want to say.
Really? Right. So they were obviously did KOTOR and then straight on to Mass Effect then.
Yeah, I
So
think it
you-
was Obsidian. You have the good and bad system in Mass Effect, don't you? It's like Renegade. And,
Renegade. It is really good
Yeah.
game, mate, and I would
Yeah.
be really.
Oh, I've no doubt it would be. Yeah.
No, you should give it a go. There you are, 4K 120.
Mm.
So what we'll do then? Told you I'd be coughing. Fucking throat's aching. We'll get into Dead Space. So, talk to me about Dead Space, Bobby. Did you like Dead Space?
I enjoyed it.
Right.
It wasn't like this bad. Like a lot of people are making it out as if it's one of the best survival horror games ever, but to me, it was okay.
So what
Story
would you
was-
say is the best survival horror? Just out
I
of
don't know
interest.
because I haven't. You know,
Played
I
any?
haven't really played it. I haven't really played. This is my first kind of, playing through the whole game properly with
Mhm.
the survival horror. But the story was fine,
It's yeah,
average. It
yeah,
wasn't bad. It wasn't. There was nothing special.
yeah.
Kind of picked up as you went on. Getting wee bits and pieces and hints and things like that. What's maybe going on and what you find out in the end. But it wasn't anything special. Gameplay. I think there was a couple of things like obviously I texted you last night on a certain bit, and you just responded, "Yeah, it's 2008."
Oh yeah. I think that's the tendrils.
exactly- Yeah.
Oh
So I think
god. Yeah.
I think maybe the stuck too true to be the original. They didn't really innovate in any way. But then suppose if they did innovate, then you'd have all the fucking the big fanboys of Dead Space cracking up about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what way they're going to go after this because they're bound to do something, whether it be remake 2 or go
Continue
ahead
about.
and do 2. I know there's some sort of alternate ending. I'm actually going to watch
Seen
it. 'Cause
it.
I'm not going to play
Seen
it
it earlier. I watched
Did
it.
you watch it?
Doesn't change too badly. But to give people a bit of a background, because obviously Dead Space, 2008 game made by, this is where we're going to get it, who actually made it originally? Redwood, is it? Or
I have no idea.
It was something like EA, whatever, Redwood or something, I actually think made it. If I'm wrong, don't worry about it. But anyway, it was released 2008. Well, like Bobby says, people fucking absolutely adored the game. To me, it's very heavily inspired by Alien. Bear in mind, they're called necromorphs in that. And Alien, it's called xenomorphs. So just
Visceral
everything.
Games. Sorry. Visceral Games.
Visceral?
That's who made it.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Visceral Games.
Visceral. Who
Always
did
published
EA?
by EA.
Who was EA Redwood then? It doesn't matter. I wouldn't worry about it. Visceral, yeah.
Visceral Games.
And And now that you say that, I'm kind of like, oh, right, okay, yeah. Because when Dead Space 3 came out, I remember hearing about them. Yeah, so he plays Isaac Clarke, a guy going to the USG Ishimura to do a rescue. It's a rescue mission he's on, isn't he?
Is it?
Something like that.
Or is he going to fix? I think he's going to fix something because he's an engineer.
He's not going to rescue his girl. I don't know. But anyway, aliens are about, and think about the plot of Alien, almost to a degree, and that kind of thing runs about. But I did like it. I thought it was very good. I think I have a few notes, so we'll actually go through them. What did you think about the sound design? Because originally you were like, I have some thoughts on the sound, and I was like, is it bad? Is it good? Because I said I liked it, and you said you didn't.
There's the thing is, right, so you obviously thought that I just ran past everything like a fucking scared little bitch.
Did.
But I didn't. And there was a certain point whenever I clicked on. So the sound, first of all, I'll say the sound design is incredible with the 3D audio one. It's a game changer. Like you hear all the screaming from the necromorphs around the sides. You see, for me, you hear that, the pipes burst and all the wee fucking rattles and shakes up, down, left, right, below you, everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is class. But the bit where I kind of, what it done for me was it made me not scared of the game.
The sound made you not scared?
Made me not scared of the game.
Why?
Because I think that the horror elements on the jump scares are very, what's the word?
Choreographed?
Yeah, that's not the word I'm looking for, but yeah, I know what you mean. They're very reliant on the sound.
Yeah.
So they are. So
you
I
just
could
turned the headset off?
No, I could tell when something's coming by the sound.
Right.
So that stopped my fear.
So what I would say,
that makes
though,
sense?
Yeah, it does. But there's a system in the game called the Intensity Director. Have you heard of this?
No.
So it's actually running all the time. So what happens is the game in the background is monitoring how you're playing and trying on the fly trying to spook you. So for example, you go into showers and the showers turn on.
Yeah, the showers.
That might not happen in one playthrough, but it might happen in the other. So this Intensity Director is changing stuff on the fly. So an alien might jump out of a certain stage or part of the area, but might not do it in the next one.
Yeah.
So this director's kind of, I'm trying to think of the game. There's something that's been told in the past. Like I think it might have been like Left 4 Dead, the director, or something. Maybe I'm just talking shit here, but there's been stuff in the past where like games do this, but this does it really, really well. And sometimes what I say about the sound is, when you're saying, oh, you expect it, sometimes it does a lot of fake outs at the same time. So how do you really know?
I'm kind of always prepared. I don't know what it was, but once I gathered that the sound, like the scares and the jumps and all, and the necromorphs coming is very reliant on the sound, and your heartbeat and all pumping. You can feel that there when there's something about. So that kind of took the fear away from me, which is good because it made me play it. So I'm wondering, does most horror games like that, like Resident Evil Village and all, do they work like that too? Are they very sound reliant?
I don't know. Like, probably. So, most likely, yeah. Like a lot of things are, even movies and stuff.
Because usually I don't get that far to even figure something like that out, because I usually turn it off.
So what? Like, I actually want to get in this within this is it's based on Aussie horror, but maybe not Dead Space in general. What do you think makes a horror game scary?
100% the scariest thing in a horror game to me is being chased or stalked.
Right. Is it scary or is that tension though?
I think it's a mixture of both. It's scary because you're constantly running or there's bits. It's not really a spoiler. You get chased in this here. You're kind of stalked a wee bit. But so the end bits were tense when you're running it, but then you've got the music like going in the background. The build up the tension for it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the scariest thing in the games, in them scary games for me, or if I have no ammo.
Yeah. So to touch on that, right, and to kind of preface this, me and Bobby both wanted to go through a normal playthrough. I'll not get into anything there, but I personally, like the likes of Resident Evil 2, I usually play a lot of games on easy, and the reason being is I just like playing through things and just completing them.
Yeah.
And to be fair, actually what this has done with this game is it's probably taught me don't be doing that on horror games, because the difficulty is very much related to that. So for example, Resident Evil never scared me because I had all the ammo anyway. With this, what I found, and I don't know what you found about it, but when I don't have ammo and they're running at you, there's panic. It's maybe not scared, but the panic, and you don't want to go back and restart. that caused the fear. Whereas I feel if like ammo was abundant, which was probably something like Dead Space 3, which I haven't played, well then the fear's gone. So I do think what this done well was atmosphere, in terms of, like you're saying, the sounds and so on, the blood. There was like fucking cult things around the ship. It's all very well done.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know what else they could have done, because you're on a fucking spaceship. You look at Alien Isolation, which does it really well. You have nothing to protect yourself, and you're being stuck.
I wouldn't play that there.
It's great.
I need to have something to. The one game I have beat would have been Outlast, where you don't have anything, you just have a camera.
That's even scarier.
It's tense as fuck.
Well, yeah, what you have in Alien Isolation, you have like a wee hand scanner, and it just beeps, beep, and shows you where on the map they are. Maybe you should play it. Alien Isolation's fantastic.
I don't think I could do it, honestly.
You could.
The only reason why I was able to do Outlast was because I pretty much memorized everything.
Yeah.
Because I played it so many times. I just memorized it all. So it wasn't like it became not scary for me.
So do you feel like you could play other horror games like 100%. This?
I'm gonna download Village.
Yeah. Wait until VR. VR day one.
You fucking do it.
I will do it. I will. Like, I get scared. Like, I was scared playing this. The stages, it was tense. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But I just battle through it.
It's made me wanna try more, because obviously it is my favorite movie genre, so I do want to try more scary games.
I don't get that how it's your favorite movie genre, but you hate the games, and I get that you're putting yourself in it.
Well, I'm curious to see if a lot of other games rely on the sound and stuff like that, because if it does, then I think I can push through the barrier and get it. Because there's a lot of games. Them Resident Evil ones, like some of them would probably be my favorite games of all time if I played them, because I love horror.
Resident Evil 1, mate, the remake that came to PlayStation 4 from the GameCube remake, it's fantastic. And it's those games, what they do well is you have very limited saves, plus you have very limited ammo. You don't want to lose your progression, and that's where the tension gets you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've made a few notes. So the sound, me and you, that we only must have found this out 2 nights ago. The 3D audio wasn't enabled in the actual game, so I had enabled on the console. So I had a problem before. I was like, I don't know where they are. Like, I can hear something and it's not in the right direction. Once I did put the 3D audio in, it fixed it for me. Did it fix it for you, or did you notice it beforehand?
Yeah, no, I noticed before I was hearing left and right, because you will hear left and right on normal audio, but it's when the 3D it is going.
It's like above and all. It was kind of like it was hard pinpointing.
You can hear kind of behind to the right, so you're definitely more aware of where they are, where the noises are coming from. 3D audio is very good, but it should have been just like, I don't see why, if you have it enabled on the consoles, just be in the settings straight away.
I don't know why when you didn't like start the game it says, do you want to enable 3D audio? Like usual games do.
Yeah, you go through it all.
And obviously there was a graphics bug on PlayStation. Me and you were messaging about this, so I think the game renders, it's supposed to render at 1440p and be upscaled, but it comes in lower at that according to Digital Foundry. But what we were noticing is, I think it was, I don't remember the term they used, but it was something with the...
It's a something VRS.
VRS. Is it VRS? That's a car. VFS or something?
Variable something that's
variable refresh rate. VRF. Is it not variable refresh rate? VRR. I don't know. It isn't variable. I don't know. It's anything like this, but it's a shading. Yeah. Basically, in the dark kind of areas, there was like shimmering. It was really quite bad. Actually, it was like, Jesus Christ.
There was a bit in the. It was like a hospital bit. There was loads of like hospital beds.
Oh yeah, the morgue.
Where you first, I guess maybe when you first see the wee hologram person, the girl. I noticed it straight away there. I think that's when I texted you. The beds they're all like shimmer, like shaking and all fuzzy and really like pixelized. So I texted you. I was like, this doesn't look right at all.
Yeah. Was it fixed when you with the update? Did you notice it as much, or was it gone completely for you?
I didn't notice it as much at all. Yeah, I don't think I noticed it at all.
And what did you think about the graphics?
I thought they were good. There were nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was good.
It was out there, like it was good. It was fine. It could pass for like a PS4 game, like, to be honest. That's
kind of where I was at. I was like, oh, it's good. You could tell me this is an up-resed PS4 game. I'd be like, okay. Like it wasn't like fucking wow.
I was expecting more.
Yeah, like look at the Demon Souls is a massive step up.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Like this is like, facial animations and characters were a bit like meh.
Yeah, it was very, what's the word? The characters are very like smooth. They kind of pastelize the
Yep.
skin and all.
I think was it UE4? No, it's what is it Frostbite or UE4? This is in. Can't
I
even
don't know.
remember. Can't remember. So, gameplay. What was your thoughts on the gameplay?
Dated.
Really? The shooting? Did you like the shooting?
The shooting's fine. It's more the movement I thought was dated.
Yeah. How good was it? They were just ripping off fucking limbs and shoot them apart.
Oh, it was good. And then there was one achievement I just couldn't get. It was one where you shoot them,
grab
on their limbs.
Telekinesis, their limb.
I've done, I've done that there, but it's one where the limbs kind of hanging off, but it's not fully off. But I couldn't get it.
Oh, and you have to grab it.
You have to grab it when it's like partly hanging off.
Yeah, I seen that. I didn't even go for it. I couldn't even bothered. Yeah, so
Favorite gun?
plasma cutter, fully leveled, absolutely unreal. What kind of loadout did you go for?
I mainly used the plasma cutter, the pulse rifle, and maybe the laying gun, like a big massive plasma cutter.
I used plasma and line gun. So supposedly, I had seen this online. I was like sticking to it. If you carry two guns at any time, you'll just get ammo for those two guns. So if you have like fucking everything, you'll get
that would have
guff.
helped.
Yeah,
Because I had to keep rotating, and then I was using guns that I didn't want to. I don't even know what the other one was. Some sort of laser beam one.
yeah. So at the end, I ended up using them all because I just needed ammo. And it's like I do have ammo, but it's for these guns, so I may as well. So I brought them in. But like I said to you earlier, this is like the game of moving the goalposts, and every horror game does this. But fuck me, it felt tedious. Where fix this, you fix it, and then another thing goes wrong. I was like, oh my god.
It was
Oh
just
my God.
the whole game is pretty much you're just going and fixing this, you're grabbing that, you're going back and fixing this bit, then something happens over here and you have to go fix that.
Now, if it was a new game released, I would tear it apart. But because obviously it's a remake of fucking
If it was a new game completely, like it wouldn't get the score that it got. Like
no, but honestly, it's pulling the rug out of you constantly. And it's like, oh my god. But then if you think the BioShock and everything was like that. Like a lot of games in 2008 were like that.
yeah,
Horror games are fucking always at that as well. And then what I did like about it, what did you think about the wee R3 button? Where'd it go?
loved it.
Didn't like using it when I was getting chased.
No, because that's the annoying thing is when you stop, he stops and puts his hand out. You're like, no, just show me it while I'm running.
I know. You fucking take it, man. It's not really stops.
Because I was watching Kieran was streaming it.
Yeah.
And he kept on going on to his map, and I was like, I just wrote in press R3. And he must have been in like chapter 4 or something. He pressed it. He was like, oh, right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But if it worked when you when you were running, I think it would have been way better.
I think if you use stasis and things like that, which stasis, by the way, if you haven't played it, obviously you've got your guns, but you have like an ability which can pull, it's like telekinesis. You can pull stuff towards you and freeze time.
Like force powers and stuff.
It took me really until the end to start using it properly because I never really kind of bothered with it, and then I did start using it a lot. What did you think of the stasis kind of ability?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I used it quite a lot on all the limbs and stuff I got there to kill the necromorphs.
And then the
and other
fucking
kinds of things. I didn't use the stasis to stop them. Because I know you said that there, and I was like, I never even thought of that.
yeah, he ended up using it a lot.
And I was saying there was a trophy for doing it, for getting like stop them like 30 of them, but which I don't have because I didn't use it. But I did use the one where you grab stuff and you can throw it and things like that. I like that.
What I liked about kind of stasis and the combat in general is, see, with your alternate fire, so with a plasma cutter, you press the button and it changes the direction.
Yeah.
The enemies started fucking getting a bit difficult. Like you have the wee bastard who's like running about with his wee tentacles, the free tentacles.
The wee baby.
Fuck, I hate them. Which enemy did you hate the most?
Probably the ones that are armored.
Oh, they're constant. You have to shoot them in the head.
The armor and legs. You have to kind of take their arms out rather than their legs first.
I hated the pregnant ones. That if you kill by shooting their belly, they have like all these wee creatures fall out.
And you can basically do nothing, but you just like kind of let them jump on you and hold.
I know. Oh, you're supposed to use a pulse rifle, I think, and just fucking. Hey,
is that what?
Yeah.
I was just kept stomping. It done fuck all.
Yeah. And talking about like weapons upgrades. What did you think of the upgrade system? You have your wee upgrade nodes, and you get the wee nodes, and you attach them, and you buy them, and you can upgrade that way. But you have to kind of work your way through.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Workbenches, were you like seeking? What kind of approach did you have? Like you were looking for nodes, and looking for workbenches or going out of your way?
I was when I wasn't. I wasn't doing my usual where I would search everywhere because I knew I wasn't going to go for the platinum or anything on the game, so it would just be a waste of time. But I was searching rooms that were close by and things like that, and getting all the credits and looting everybody, stomping on them, get that extra bit of loot and stuff. But I wasn't really invested. I put all my stuff I think into the pulse or the
Suit?
plasma cutter in the suit.
Yeah. I was upgrading mainly the suit, the plasma cutter, and then I started towards the line gun, but I was searching quite a bit. But I only went, like, there's 3 rooms that you can search and stuff. I didn't kind of venture too deep, and then obviously the more the game goes on, I was like, fuck, am I going to search anything, because I'm fucking terrified right now because I've fuck all ammo for the past 5 missions. I thought it would get easier as you go along, but I didn't find it that way. I don't know about yourself. Found the guy
I wasn't too bad.
just kept fucking enemies at me with no ammo. It was like, Jesus Christ.
Then I suppose I was carrying 4 guns, so I was getting ammo for everything. So I never really ran out.
Mm-hmm. And
Wasn't too bad.
there's sections I think that were in this that weren't originally. I think a lot of the space sections where the sound's dulled and you have like you can fly about.
Yeah, you couldn't fly in the old one, I don't think.
Really? What did you think of those sections?
They were I didn't like the controls. The controls were very all over the place. Like I'm going up and then 1 minute I'm like basically upside down going the other way.
Yeah, so you basically have your wee fucking spacesuit and you jump and you can start flying about. You have L1 and R1 and it's used to kind of rotate you. But I kept losing my orientation. I was like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And there's a part in the game where you have to start flying through things, like wee kind of doors and things. Do you know what I'm on about?
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the fuck do I go? And then there's enemies shooting at you, and it was just so frustrating.
Yeah. The fans? Is that the one? Is that the one you're on about?
Yes. I think the fans towards the end they are they?
Oh, that's one. Yeah, that's one towards the end.
There's one that's a bit more midway. It was fucking doing my head in. But the sound's cool. Like in those sections, there's one parts where you're actually out in space, and then you have the air, and you can hear them screaming.
It sounds very much like you're underwater or something.
Yeah. What about you? Do you have any other thoughts about the game?
No, I mean, it was fine. It was good.
It was fine. It was good.
It was fine. It was good.
Reminds me a lot of BioShock, actually, just with the NPCs and things. There's a lot of and if anyone who has played BioShock, they'll know this. There's a lot of talking behind glass where you're not with them. They're behind it, like behind a mirror or behind a window or whatever, and they're talking to you, and it's like you're kind of alone, but they're so close, but they're not with them. That's a lot like BioShock. And now you've played Infinite. I'd be interested, Bobby, if you played at BioShock. Honestly, BioShock is a bit horror-y, especially the first one, but
is it?
Yeah, scary enough. Like, yeah.
Do you think that? Sorry, no. I was just going to say, in Dead Space, do you think doing the side quests would have brought any more context to the story?
Probably, yeah. I'll be honest, the story was okay.
They weren't in the original.
The side quest, no.
Is that right?
No. The story for me, look, from what it was okay. But yeah, I don't think it's a big draw for me to be. From what I learned about it, I don't want to go into spoiler territory. From what I learned about everything, I was like, right, okay, serviceable.
It became like the ending, like towards the end, the last couple of chapters, it became very predictable what was going to happen. I thought.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Regarding the main character and things, but
is it worth £70?
Absolutely not. I don't think a remake is worth £70. A reboot or something, yeah, but a remake, no.
Yeah, even though it was, I think that the game should have been 50. Yeah, and even at that, like, yeah. But like, if you think about Last of Us remake, shouldn't have been £70 either, in my opinion.
No.
Demon's Souls is a bit of a. I never played the original, so it didn't have that kind of thinking towards
Demon's Souls is really well done, though. Like, it's not to say that Dead Space isn't, but
then you have to think then what kind of gives you the ability to charge £70. Like Demon's Souls is even though it was actually out, I think after Dead Space, it was a lot more dated in a way in terms of graphics. But I don't think if you're remaking a game and you're keeping the actual game systems there, you're keeping the kind of the original design of the world. Yeah, it's going to save a load of time. I don't think you should be charging full price. You know, if you think about Bluepoint, they released Shadow Colossus, and I think it was 2017. They had Demon's Souls done for 2020 launch, so that's 3 years. A lot of dev time, you know what I mean? They probably didn't work on that right away. They probably waited a few months and then started. So talking 2.5 years.
Unless they had two teams.
I don't think they do. Blue Point. I think it's just the one. Maybe I'm wrong on that. If so, we'd be getting another game this year. To be fair, 5 years from Shadow Colossus. But yeah, had you any other thoughts that you kind of wrote down, or anything that you did want to continue or cover before we do move on?
No, I mean, I just thought, and obviously first time playing it in 2023, it's an okay game. It's good. It's fine.
Has it made you want to play too? Because I feel like a bit of an inkling, like, oh, I'll play too.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. Obviously, in PC, it's not too bad, graphic wise and stuff, and performance. So
4K 120. I was kind of thinking, two would interest me.
Let's give me the urge to play too.
Don't think I'll play it just yet. I think I'll wait until there's a wee bit of a lull, and I'll give it a go.
We're kind of a bit slaughtered here at the minute, anyway, with games and then VR and stuff at the minute. So,
yep. So that'll wrap up Dead Space. Moving on, what we're going to go through is we've actually combined news and rumors into one general topic. Reason being is it just kind of keeps everything a bit more streamlined, and obviously keeps everyone on their toes, because who doesn't love some rumors? So today we have, let me just count, 10 items on the list, so it is a beefy one, and I'm not talking about this list. First up, so item 1, Bobby. Redfall requires online connection, even in single player. Arcane's upcoming vampire shooter Redfall puts a lot of emphasis on co-op multiplayer, but it also supports solo play. The Steam page described it as an open world single player and co-op FPS. In case you're not convinced, Bethesda communications chief Pete Hines has also specifically stated that you can play it by yourself. Unfortunately, even if you're playing alone, you'll still have to be online. The always online requirement was revealed in a Redfall FAQ, which states a persistent online connection is required for single player and co-op. So, Bobby, is the fact that Redfall has to be played online a downfall?
I don't think so. I mean, we're in 2023. Who hasn't got their console connected to the internet? What
about all those? I remember when the Xbox One came out, and this is the whole thing. They were saying, what about the America people in the army out in their wee Navy ships with their PlayStation, the Xbox? Who's going to play games?
It was 2023. I'm pretty sure they have fucking Wi-Fi now on all them boats and planes and shit.
They might do.
No, I honestly don't think it's as big. Will it be made out to be a big deal? Yes, because it's Microsoft and Xbox, so of course it will. But I don't think it's as big of a deal. Like, I mean, I can't remember the last time I played something when
you had no internet.
Connected. Yeah, when I had no internet. And most games now, you at least have to have internet to even play it from the get-go. Never mind, obviously this is saying you have to have it connected at all times, but I don't think it's a big deal, like, to be honest.
See, I don't think it's a big deal either. But then you kind of have to look and go, okay, well, what does that actually mean outside of people who don't have internet? Like, what is the big issue? If you think about most games, Division, things like that, something that has an online component to it, I'm just like, well, no. I think the main thing is people just were told it's a single player game. They're like, well, why do I have to play online? Why does it have to even be connected online? It isn't the first game to do so either.
That's the issue, though. The issue isn't that you have to be connected to online. It's why. That's what people's giving off. Why do I have to be connected online? Even though chances are everybody's going to be playing online, everybody's going to be connected online. Like, do you know? I mean, all these games coming out now, you have to have it. Like, the game, a lot of these games you can't even play without connecting to the internet for a patch.
I mean, people just love complaining.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know there was like
that's all it is.
There was a Steam group of I read this the other day and I was in stitches. There was a Steam group about COD, and it was like, we're not going to buy COD this year. Everyone in the group's not going to buy COD. It came to launch day and everyone in the group was playing Call of Duty. It's like, just people love complaining, mate. Even though they're not, in the grand scheme of things, does it matter? Probably not.
No,
and realistically,
I don't think so.
Yeah, and realistically, the people who are going to play this are going to play it on Game Pass. So they're going to have an internet connection.
Yep, to download it. Yep.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, well, then you have to think, what about the people who want to buy the game? Shit one, get internet. Fuck yes.
It's just one of those things. It's going to be there just to complain about. People are complaining why they have to, even though they're all sitting there with their internet.
I think it's just obviously Pete Hines. I'm familiar with Pete Hines. They've maybe not just came out and said like from the get go. And why would you going? Oh, you need a persistent online connection to play the game.
It's just a common thing now, though. Like if you have a console, chances are you have internet. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, you need internet to play pretty much everything because you need a connection to download updates. Like I said, a lot of games you can't even play without getting the update. Look at Modern Warfare 2. It was 70 megabytes on the disc. So you essentially have nothing but probably the license.
You know what's interesting about this, Bobby? Last week we were discussing, is this more like a multiplayer online game rather than a single player game with co-op functionality? We were talking about raising things. Does this maybe lean a bit more into that? Because why is it needing the persistent online connection? Obviously we can sit and go, why does it? But realistically, what you think? There must be something that is requiring that. So do you think maybe it is going to be more like having raids and things? Because that would explain it. If it's going to go more akin to like an MMO shooter in a way, but maybe not leaning so far.
Yeah, it could be. That's what they could have for like the future of it, and it's just the online presence is built into it from day one, and that's something they're going to build on.
Because there must be a reason. It's like Destiny gameplay, it's single player, but it's an online game. So maybe it is just really heavily online functionality that we just don't know about. Yeah.
It's not a big deal. I think Harry Potter has to be always online. I think I've seen something on Twitter saying about that.
Fuck off. Why the hell's he online for? And he got multiplayer.
I'm not sure how true it is. I know, not sure how true it is, but I seen someone wrote up about it. The quote tweeted it, and we're like, let's hear everybody else give off about this.
That is weird. Actually, I don't get that.
No, but does it bother me? No.
I think if they were doing it, I think I know probably why. So they can put microtransactions in front of your face from their store. Do you know what I mean? If you don't have an internet connection, you're not going to see the refresh store.
Well, maybe that could be in Ravenfall.
Potentially, and that's kind of why they were looking. Like, okay, well,
and, things like that.
Yeah, because it's like if you don't have an online connection, well, the shop's closed, so you're not going to want to. You're not going to see anything. So that it makes sense.
Before people give off about, I don't want to buy skins, don't buy them.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling. I don't mind them. I don't mind skins rather than paid fucking things that improve you as
pay to win. Yeah, I don't like pay to win. That's bullshit because then you'll get ball bags with loads of money and just ruin the game for you. Like what was that mobile one? Diablo Immortals.
Oh yeah,
it was pay to win.
Sure, even FIFA did agree. Obviously, it doesn't really. You can beat people with a good team, but it's ridiculous.
Cosmetics. If you like something bad, if you don't buy it and just don't give off because other people are buying it.
Everything should be cosmetics. There should be no pay to win items. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Moving on. Item 2. Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony ain't going to E3. E3's first physical event in 4 years was supposed to be a triumphant return for the trade show. Fuck me, it's been 4 years. An opportunity to recapture some of the excitement of past conventions, which historically have been major showcase events for the games industry. However, it appears that when E3 2023 hits the LA Convention Center in June, it will be without 3 of its most important draws. IGN has heard from multiple knowledgeable sources that Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo won't be part of E3 or have a presence at the center show floor. What the fuck's happening? What's going to be E3? Just Ubisoft and fuck it.
It's going to be like Ubisoft, Embracer Group, Take-Two, maybe all the M1, Square Enix, things like that.
I don't even think they would go with a lot of these people.
No, a lot of them won't. I think that if this E3, depending on how it goes, it could be one of the last.
I fucking miss E3 though. I don't know about you.
I do. I like the whole. I know Jeff's got the whole Summer Games Fest, but to me, it's not the same as E3. I know a lot of people prefer it, which each to their own. But I loved E3. Oh, this is Xbox's day. This is Nintendo's day. PlayStation's on Thursday. Whatever. The excitement of it, just waiting on it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I really miss it. Like you obviously get your wee showcases throughout the year, but they're not the same. Like you don't because every time there is a showcase, you're kind of like, oh, this is good to be small, and sometimes they're not small, but. I really miss it.
Probably have their like Xbox and all still have their showcase around E3 time.
Well, they're in LA doing a physical show this year, but just not at E3.
But then again, why would you? I know E3 is kind of a big promotion, like, but obviously Xbox and all's big enough to promote themselves. Yeah, they pay millions like to get into E3. For the so. I mean, why would they do that when they don't need to?
When I worked in game, my manager won a trip to E3.
Class.
I was fucking raging. He actually won it because my old manager won it, but it was quitting, and basically my old manager won it while my new manager was there, but the old manager was gone obviously, so we got to go to LA, and it was the year that God of War was announced. The big fucking Did it have an orchestra playing? I think when the God of War was announced, I think it did.
Yeah, and yeah, you've seen him come out of the fucking getting all excited.
Boy,
you seen him come out of the house, boy, the shadow.
Do you know, I remember watching that, mate. I had Lindsay just given birth to Logan the night before. He was born June 13th, so this would have been June 14th. That morning, I woke up, didn't even go get him yet, didn't go to the hospital. Woke up and watched E3.
That's something I would do.
And it was that one. And what was announced? It was that Resident Evil 2 remake also, or 7 maybe, 7 or 2.
I don't know.
I don't think Spider-Man was. It was Resident Evil. It might have been 7 or 2, but I think it was 7 to be fair. God of War, and there was Death Stranding was shown for the first time. You know, the big the theme songs like "I'll Come Running," Low Roar sing. Oh man, it was incredible. That was a great one. And even I remember the E3 of Dreams. It was the 2015, mate, when Xbox announced backwards compatibility, and Sony announced, I think it was Final Fantasy VII Remake, Shenmue 3. There was a load of things, and everyone was like, "Oh, the E3 of Dreams." I really miss it, mate. Even talking now, I'm like, "Fuck, get me up now." Yeah, so you'll have obviously Xbox are doing their show. Fuck knows what Sony are doing. I actually seen that Nintendo don't have enough games to go to E3. That was a rumor, but I didn't want to kind of report on it. But I could. That would be maybe interesting, because what do they have coming? They have everything kind of announced, and I don't think a lot of the studios there aren't really ready. You know, we were talking last week, probably Mario's the next kind of big one.
Yeah, the team that done Mario Odyssey, we don't know what they're doing.
That Metroid as well. Metroid Prime 4, that's been restarted and everything, mate. So I don't know. I would love.
Sony hasn't had a fucking big one since September 2021.
What that was last year? That would have been what?
That was 2 years ago.
2021. What was announced?
That was the one where Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, KOTOR.
Fuck, that wasn't 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah, it was September 2021.
Fuck me.
Because
it was a year and a half.
A year and a half. You know what I mean?
I remember that
2 years ago on the clock. But like, we were all wanting one last year. We never got it.
I remember hearing this song. I think it was Kind of Funny Games. They were talking about it, or Kind of Funny, or someone was talking about that year there was no big showcase, so hopefully get one this year.
Last year, there's apparently gonna be something. I think, but we wanted one this year coming. But obviously, with God of War and all, they didn't really want to do one. Maybe overshadow it, because it was due sort of September. If you're going by the yearly kind of thing, it was quite close to Ragnarok.
They'll start drumming up for Spider-Man soon, if that's the fall this year, and then obviously they might start. I don't know if they will tease the Last of Us factions, because I really haven't done anything with Spider-Man.
I think that'll be at your man Jeff's show again.
Last of Us factions.
Yeah, because he kind of announced it there last year. If you remember, part 1.
That's right. Actually, it was summer game show, wasn't
it? So I could probably be there, but I really want one. I miss it, because that last one was phenomenal.
Yeah. Item 3. Amazon maybe have just bought Tomb Raider. So Amazon has reportedly bought the rights to the Tomb Raider franchise for the grand sum of $600 million. That's according to the website Fellowship of Fans, which says Embracer Group has just sold Tomb Raider rights to Amazon for a deal that we can exclusively reveal as being approximately a $600 million overall package, making it Amazon's second biggest purchase after purchasing the television rights for The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. The site appears to have a solid insight into Amazon's TV offerings, as they correctly predicted several early Rings of Power plot points months ahead of the show's release. So, whoa, these guys, by the way, they have predicted an episode of Rings of Power, so maybe they predicted this. Initial impressions?
I think this is insane if it's true.
600 million?
Embracer just bought the 3 studios from Square Enix for 300 million, along with all the IP.
So that was what? Eidos Montreal?
Eidos Montreal,
Deus Ex guys?
Square Enix.
Crystal Dynamics, you mean?
No, Crystal. There was Crystal Dynamics. There was a Square Enix one. It was Square Enix. Well, maybe it was Square Enix Montreal. Is that the full name of it? And then the renamed them to something stupid.
Yeah, it was Eidos Montreal, I think. I don't know.
It was Square Enix something. I know that for a fact. And then they renamed them to something stupid. And I think they've actually disbanded them.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, they got the M3 Studios and all the IP, which is like, I think Tomb Raider, obviously, Legacy of Kain, a couple of other big ones. So they
Right.
got that for 300 million. And if you're telling me they've sold the Tomb Raider rights just for 600 million, I think it's insane.
Well, they have Amazon. Obviously, look, if you didn't know, Amazon released an MMO, New World. Did you know about this, Bobby? That's them.
Yeah.
So they are diving into games. Tomb Raider. Now, what I want to know, so they would have bought the rights for the game and movies.
Yeah, if going by the rumor, yeah. I would imagine it would be the whole lot. Like, they wouldn't just buy the, well, maybe they would, but I don't know. They are dipping their toes into gaming, so I could see it.
It's a lot of money
Then
for.
do they
Tomb
have the
Raider.
studio? Are they getting the studio as well, though? That's the only thing.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Because I want that Xbox to get Crystal.
Why? Why? You big fanboy?
They work closely with Crystal. Sure, they have them working on Perfect Dark.
Crystal Dynamics working on Perfect Dark, are they?
Who's the other one? I'm near sure it's them.
Never heard
Crystal
of it.
Dynamics.
That's strange if they're working on Perfect Dark. Maybe.
Yeah, because Perfect Dark, you've got the initiative, and then I'm near sure it's Crystal Dynamics.
Interesting.
Yes.
So 600 million. There is a new Tomb Raider game quite far into the works, I believe. Obviously, that they were doing it. I was actually on Secret Symbols. I heard this ages ago. There was a script leaked. Did you see about this? For the game, and it was kind of saying like, "Oh, this is the plot in it," and it was very fucking Tomb Raider of the new era. What's your history with Tomb Raider, Bobby?
The PS1 games.
The PS1 games. Jesus Christ, locking the old butler in the fridge.
Yep.
Fridge freezer.
Just farting like fuck.
You're the butler. No, you were young.
Yeah, I haven't dabbled in any of the newer ones or anything. Just it didn't really appeal to me.
Tomb Raider reboot was great. The middle one was alright, was decent as well. Never played Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Actually downloaded it recently. I believe they're like 120 on next gen, if not 60 at least. Yeah. You looking up your history? You doing a wee bit of reading?
I was just confirming the Crystal Dynamics. It is them, yeah.
There you are.
I think they're
Interesting.
doing most of the work too.
That's strange though. Would have been interesting. And obviously they work with, well, not to work with, but Xbox had already put that Tomb Raider game out exclusively, remember?
Yeah.
There's a whole
There's a relationship there with Crystal. Like, a lot of people were thinking that Embracer bought them off Square and kind of holding them for Microsoft.
well, doesn't seem to be the case.
Just rumors, but
So there is a new game in the works. There's obviously a script that was leaked, which seems legit. Seems more the same, to be honest with you. What do you think? Are you thinking they're going to maybe do a reboot completely? Do you think they're going to just continue with what they were doing?
I don't know. I would imagine that they reboot, start from scratch.
No,
I think it makes sense.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider wasn't made by Crystal Dynamics. That was made by the guys of Deus Ex. That was Montreal.
Yeah.
Right. So I wonder, is the next Tomb Raider game going to be a Crystal Dynamics game, or is it going to be Montreal? Because that's the question. I don't think Crystal Dynamics are probably going to be making it. I think they're going to step away and do something else completely. But then, if they have bought, this is what I mean. So they've either bought the rights to the Tomb Raider franchise, and that means Amazon's going to go and get a developer for it. But there's already stuff in the plan, so it doesn't make sense. So they must have bought the studio.
You would imagine the studio and all will come with it, because if you're getting the IP, you want the studio behind it that's made the games and made the good games.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense though, because it says they bought the rights to Tomb Raider. It doesn't. I don't know, but I know there's a game far in development, at least at that stage. So that's a weird one. Keep me updated on that. Obviously, more will probably come out over the coming weeks, months, years, but it could be fake. It is from a random website of Fellowship of Fans, but they have predicted things with Amazon in the past, so there has been some talk around that anyway. So moving on, item 4, Bobby, have you seen this new Horizon multiplayer game?
No, I was meant to watch it. I've heard the leaks and stuff about it, and I was meant to watch it. You sent me it, but I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, no problem. So footage purporting to be from Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer alpha has appeared online. The leak surfaced on Reddit over the weekend, claiming to be from a very old alpha build from summer 2020. The leaked footage mainly features a lot of characters running around in low poly environments, some brief looks at combat against its familiar mechanical enemies, What was most interesting were the joint PS4 and joint PC options, potentially hinting at cross-platform play and a simultaneous PC release. So, to be fair, in the multiplayer gameplay, it looked janky as fuck. It was literally just an alpha build. Really, what I wanted to kind of get into this was, do you think, because obviously there's a lot of talk, Sony now going into multiplayer kind of things. You've got the likes of Last of Us Factions, you've got the likes of now Horizon. Do you feel like this is the right kind of move for Sony to start maybe taking their properties and doing multiplayer games?
100%. I think they can still keep their single player, big blockbuster exclusive for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But I think the multiplayers, I think we said this before, I think we've got a £50 bet on this, that The Last of Us Factions comes out in both.
On both?
On PC and
day one. You said day one.
Yeah, day one.
No.
I think it makes perfect sense.
It makes sense, but it's Sony.
It's Sony, but I don't know. I think maybe with the popularity of the show and the game now, the part 1 coming out in March. I think it got, or April now. No, March. It's coming out. I think with the popularity, they have to. It makes sense. I think this is the way forward, especially if you're doing multiplayer games and you want them to survive.
But you have to understand what Sony want to do is sell more consoles because they get people in the ecosystem.
They need to get over that. Like, people aren't going to stay in the ecosystem if you're a full-on PC player.
Right. If Sony had their own store on the internet in terms of PC, absolutely,
yes,
that makes sense.
That's the way to go. Which apparently they are working on that.
Think so? Well,
yeah, it's rumored that they are working on a launcher for the PC.
Because what they're obviously going to want is people to stay in their ecosystem, because everyone who buys any game on PC, they will get a revenue off it if it's on their system like Epic or Steam.
Yeah.
The likelihood of them being the next Steam or Epic though is slim, so why not try and get people who are fans of the show to buy a PlayStation 5, get them in the ecosystem, and then they get 20% of everything sold in the PSN store?
But they'll not buy everything else on the PSN store. If you're a big PC player, you're going to go. That's what that's their logic. Their logic is
you might dabble. You might dabble. We're PC players.
You're a hard.
But not all hard.
Not really though.
Well, I've been a PC player in the past. We're hardcore, and I still would have played the PlayStation, and that was a PS4, which wasn't very powerful. Like the PS5, is it really, really powerful? No, but 60 FPS. What you get in the grand scheme of things, sitting back, you get a bit older, you have kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, understand. But to me, yeah, that's their logic. I agree with you there. But
yeah.
Is that the reality for most people? Probably not.
I don't know, but I don't know what you guys are all going to do. All you Xbox fans? What's your argument McKieran's going to have about multiplayer games? Sony doesn't have any. You know what I mean?
Well,
but
this is the start of it. They don't have any, and this is them kind of fixing that problem.
I tell you what, I will not be playing it. Horizon gameplay to me is not fun. So that's just a personal preference, but I don't feel, let's say, the appeal in that.
I'll let you know in a couple of months once I beat Horizon, because that's what actually I started that there last week, like I said in the last show. I got into it, I really got the urge to play it, but then Dead Space came out, and then Hogwarts, so
yeah. Do you want to burn out yourself?
Give me the urge for an open world.
Yeah. You don't want to burn out an open world as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bobby, ready to get into something saucy?
Something spicy?
Item 5. Ready, Bobby?
Give it away.
Reports is supposedly Wolverine is launching next year and is a rated R. According to insider Jeff Grubb, Marvel's Wolverine is aiming to launch 1 year after Spider-Man 2 in fall 2024. However, Insomniac is reportedly discussing a 2025 release date internally. Grubb also mentioned that Insomniac is aiming for R rating whilst also avoiding any ties to the Fox X-Men movies. Insomniac is doing that by using a pre-X-Men Wolverine. This means that by the time we step in and begin playing, he won't be part of the X-Men team, making this a completely solo experience. Whether that changes during the course of the game remains to be seen. So, Bobby, what's your thoughts on Wolverine being a hard rated R/18 rated game?
It has to be, doesn't it, for Wolverine? I want blood. I want the fucking everything, body parts cut off, the whole works.
Oh, Jesus. We can't have fucking wee rubber knives for his hands. Yeah.
No, I want to see the fucking blood dripping off him, slicing and dicing. That's what I want for a Wolverine game.
Now, is this a smart move to do it at rated R? Business-wise? Because what about the wee kids and the parents? I want to play Wolverine. And they're sitting there beheading cunts.
Did you play older games when you were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people still do.
different though. I will say this. You know,
I will. People's more sensitive now, like, but
well, definitely. But even that, if you look like when we were playing fucking old games, mate, they look like fucking square blocks you were shooting the heads off.
not the us back then though. They were looking.
It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? You playing Playboy Mansion was a lot different than it would look nowadays.
I think it's a good thing it's going rated R. I think for us,
Good for us.
especially.
Yeah.
Like it's perfect. Like Insomniac Wolverine just gets me excited
Oh man, I can't wait.
beyond belief. If it's 2024, like oh my god, if it's 2024, like this, like Insomniac must be one of the best teams in the world for output.
Yeah.
Have to
They're
be.
unbelievable. Sure, they
I
had
mean,
what?
they've had Miles, they've had the remastered Spider-Man, they've had Ratchet, they have Spider-Man 2 this year, and then possibly Wolverine next year or 2025. But even not that, even if it was 2025, you look at that output, and they're
Mhm.
quality games.
Do you think that Wolverine's going to be an open world game?
I don't know. I think it would like to be a bit linear. I don't think a Wolverine open world game makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, does it? That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's
No.
like, what style? But then I don't want mission based either.
No, I think I don't know. Maybe like a linear path, similar to the way I don't know what the other Uncharted games were like, but Uncharted Lost Legacy, where it's kind of linear. If you get me.
Fuck, it's hard to imagine a linear one though, also, isn't it?
But
Because you think old style games and you think linear, even though it's
yeah,
not
I don't
necessarily the
mind
way.
that though. I don't mind that. I don't think you could do it, especially because it's pre-X-Men. Like, are you just gonna be if it's open world? What are you doing? Are you driving about or something in cars or
Oh my
what were
god.
you- what were you traversing?
Exactly. That's what I mean. It can't be open world. It'll
No,
not
I
be open
couldn't
world.
see it. I couldn't see it.
I don't see it being mission, like chap mission 1, mission 2 either.
No, I don't see that either. I think it's just being a linear story, but not.
Because the X-Men Origins Wolverine one by Raven Software, that was mission, wasn't it? Like it was pretty level based.
Yeah, it was pretty level based. I loved it. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I remember watching them play. I never actually played it myself. And what do you think about the date? So 2024? Do you think they're going to achieve it? Or do you think, obviously, this is a prediction because I suppose it's
I think-
2025?
I think somewhere in the middle, late fall next year, or yeah, fall 2024.
See, I can't, that's what it's rumored, but I don't see it being 2025 when they
insane.
announced it in 2021. If it's that far out,
That's true. That's true.
4 years, like why would you
Because
even...
we imagine obviously Spider-Man's coming this year, but they could pump that one out quicker because a lot of the textures and a lot of the assets, the city and stuff like that, it's going to be reused there. I imagine.
Yeah.
So, and like Miles Morales now looks stunning already. Like I can't see it being much better looking
Mm-hmm.
really than that, which I'm fine with. So, fuck, I mean, it could be next year. If it is, that's fucking insane.
Well, could you imagine this one actually hits as well? Like it's a proper unreal fucking game as well. They're just knocking them out of the park.
I think it will be like.
Yeah.
I think it will be.
Anything you want to add?
No, just I'm super excited for it.
Oh, I can't wait. Be great.
So excited, especially if it is a rated R.
Do you know I didn't like Spider-Man when I first played it?
Me either. It's not well. Maybe that I didn't like it, but I just couldn't get into it.
Like I didn't actually find. I still don't think the swinging about's as fun as it used to be in my head when I was playing Spider-Man 2 as a kid. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Well, you're what 30-year-old man now, like, so it's not really going to be as fun.
I know, but it was like I always want to go faster. I don't feel like he does go fast enough.
Like I got my eldest. I got him playing it on. He's playing it on Steam on his computer.
Oh really?
He's 100% at it, and now he's doing the side quest, and that's the first ever.
I enjoyed it a lot more replaying it a few
Yeah.
months ago. It was great. To be fair, I just hated the whole Mary Jane scenes. I felt a bit like
They didn't need to be in it.
it felt a bit not triple A. It just felt a bit like you're
I was
starting to
kind
lose.
of breaking up the gameplay maybe as Spider-Man, but I wasn't needed at all. I didn't like it.
Like this is what I would say is I don't feel like Spider-Man quality wise of cutscenes and things is Naughty Dog level or God of War level
No.
polished. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're like Insomniac, like God of War or Sony Santa Monica and all is like right at the top, and Insomniac is just they're
Yeah.
just kind of there.
They're not to that level. Like there's still a bit of
will
jank.
will Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine bring them to the top along with them?
Because there is that
brilliant.
jank. But then Ratchet and Clank looks amazing, but it's just I found with Spider-Man it's like I couldn't see if that Naughty Dog did that they wouldn't have this awkward scene of Mary Jane just hiding underneath fucking things and just a bit cheesy.
That's-
But
them bits bored me.
still a good game though. Excited for the second this year. I can't wait actually.
Venom's like one of my favorite villains ever. Anti-heroes, if you want to call them that.
Is the film any
Fucking
good?
buzzing. Venom?
Yeah, the movie. I haven't
never
seen
seen
it. No.
I really like them.
Right.
Are they good? They're all right.
All right. Well, that's why I didn't see it. I think the kind of consensus was, man.
They're
Like-
all right. If you're a fan like of Spider-Man, if you grew up watching Spider-Man and Venom and all, like you'll probably like them.
I like the old cartoon from the 90s.
Oh, it was the best.
Wasn't it?
It's the Eddie, or what do you call your man? Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
He plays the part really well.
I need to
back
watch it
and
because
forth.
I have it sitting. Well,
You
obviously,
should. And then the second one's quite good as well. I think see your
Carnage,
man
is
that
it?
played. Yeah, your man that played Carnage. I was actually said before he was even cast, he would be perfect at it.
that's your man. Fucking what's his name?
Something Harrison, is it?
Woody Harrelson. Yeah, he plays Carnage. Yeah,
Good.
that's.
Yeah.
I knew he was in it. I didn't know what he was doing. No.
That's good. But Venom's funny, like the actual Venom, the symbiote himself, but quite funny.
I need to watch it. I'll give it a
You
watch.
should.
Item 6. Bobby, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is delayed for 6 weeks. I'll read you the statement. So this came from Respawn Entertainment's Twitter page, where they posted this following statement. For the last 3 years, the Jedi team here at Respawn has poured its collective heart and soul into Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Proud to say, the next chapter in the tale of Cal Kestis is content complete. We are now focused entirely on the final stage, bug fixes to enhance performance, stability, polish, and most importantly, player experience. Jedi Survivor is a direct response to the feedback from our community, delivering expansive destinations to explore, evolve combat and traversal, and of course, the continuation of Cal and BD's story. Making this game has truly made us a better team, and we have pushed ourselves at every level to make the Star Wars sequel our fans expect from Respawn and Lucasfilm Games. In order for the team to hit the Respawn quality bar, provide the team the time they need, and achieve the level of polish our fans deserve, we've added 6 crucial weeks to our release date. It will now launch globally on April 20th. And then there's a kind of more, but that's really, as you can tell, I have a cold and it sounds horrendous. What's your thoughts on the delay, Bobby?
They need to delay it. You know, we'd rather come out a better product. I know the first one, when it came out, it was heavily bugged in performance and things
Yeah.
like that. So maybe they're just making sure that this one comes out top notch.
Why do I find that alarming? 3 years dev time. I'm like, it's too quick. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite quick, isn't it?
3 years, like I remember.
For a big game like that, you know, for a big AAA game.
Like, Respawn are fantastic, by the way. Like, obviously,
Oh yeah.
I honestly rate them. I think the game's fantastic. I played a bit of launch, but I went back there recently and played it. I felt up there, but like maybe a few steps below Insomniac in terms of the quality of game, where there's a bit of jank, but they're definitely kind of the upper echelons of things. Like, I actually really rate their games. I'm excited from this. The trailer looks fantastic. I watched it again the other night.
Yeah.
But is this one that you're...
Did you beat it?
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
beat the first one.
The ending was so good.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Vader.
Yeah. Vader. Like I'm a big Vader fan. The ending was fucking fantastic.
Yeah. You're in the underwater kind of facility, aren't you?
Yeah, is that the Inquisitor's place?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. That game, it's Metroidvania, mate.
Yeah.
You don't
I
even
love
realise it.
the only real fault I have, I played on the One X back when I didn't know what 60 FPS was, but I had a good time playing it. The only downside for me was the map.
Oh, the map was
Navigate the map.
horrendous. Oh, God.
Yeah.
But it was like kind of Dark Souls like in terms of its combat.
Yeah,
I
I
tr-
didn't know that at the time either. That's what it was.
Did you play it in easy?
Probably.
See, people listen to this, that like, I don't know why I do it. I'm just like, I just feel like combat's padding almost, but then you do miss kind of getting better at the game. Like, even with Spider-Man, I played it on normal. Like, the first time I blasted through it easy. And I started actually really enjoying the gameplay, but if I'm paying 70 quid for a game, you best be sure I'm playing it on fucking normal to get the most out of it, the way, you know what I mean? That's the way I'm kind of
Yeah.
approaching things. What about, kind of touch on this, will you be playing Harry Potter on easy?
No, I'll do it at normal.
Yeah, because that's fun to get you're doing all the side
Yeah.
content to get stronger, so you want to
Yeah.
see yourself getting stronger.
I can see myself, you know, deep diving into everything I can in Harry Potter.
Yeah. So that's out April 20th. That was delayed. That was what, March? Going to be a great game. Is it a day one buyer for you? You're going to wait and see.
No, it's day one for
Day
what it was.
one, 70 quid.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I have that to look forward to. This next one, we have a few quick ones here to go into. We're not going into too much detail. Item 7 is Metal Gear Solid Rising getting remade. So Platinum Games has announced that it'll be celebrating the 10th anniversary of cult classic Metal Gear Rising Revengeance later this month. The developer celebration of the hack and slice adventure will take place on February 21st. Platinum hasn't revealed the venue or exact timing just yet, but it did make an announcement with some brand new and adorable art of Raiden in his trademark electrolyte harvesting pose. So Bobby, you are not a fan of Metal Gear. Metal Gear
I'm
Rising.
not a player of Metal Gear, so
All right. So Metal Gear Rising is a spin-off made by Platinum Games. It's kind of like a combat similar to, I think, Devil May Cry. 10-year event. What do we think's going to happen?
could do.
I think
It's,
we're getting a remake or a remaster.
It's meant to be quite good as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it started getting a big following again there recently on Steam. It's supposed to be brilliant. So I remember when they first showed it, they were showing like Raiden cutting fucking melons with certain angles and all, and the melons cut properly. So I believe it was getting done by Kojima originally, and then he outsourced it to Platinum.
Yeah, as far as I know.
But you're the voice actor for Raiden. We actually talked about it a few weeks ago about rumors. He said, "Look, wait out for something soon," and we obviously were saying, "Oh, they're making a new Metal Gear game," but I think it was actually this. So this seems to be what the announcement was. So I think we're going to get a remaster. I don't think a remake. I think a remaster.
Remaster, yeah. Think we'll get anything else from it? Any of the other games?
No, it's Platinum Games hosting it. So it's not
right,
Konami,
okay.
so it's them directly hosting. So I think we'll get a remaster and maybe a sequel.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah, that is spicy. The remaster and trailer for the sequel. No announced, just a short trailer.
Is this numbered in the series?
No.
So is this kind of like a
It's set
Part of Lost
after.
Legacy kind of thing?
Well, it's set after 4, yeah. So it's not like a numbered release, but
Yeah,
it's there.
because I'm just wondering, like, if it comes out, could I dive into it without knowing anything else?
Maybe get you into your Metal Gear for your Metal Gear games. What put you off playing them, by the way?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what they are. Like, and what kind of game they are. I know it's stealthy.
In a way, yeah. Well, like, yeah.
Mm.
They're very unique, and they're like there's nothing really like them. Almost.
Yeah, I've never played a Kojima game, so
Death Stranding.
no, I haven't played it yet.
What the fuck, Bobby? Have you never touched this guy's games? This guy's a mastermind.
No.
I think you would fucking love Metal Gear Solid 5. You know what? I don't. This is another
Why-
one with Elden Ring where it's like I have different views. But Metal Gear Solid 5 is
that 60?
yeah, it was 60 on PS4.
PS5? What was it?
Mm-hmm. I just don't like it because it's a lot of more. It's gameplay focused rather than story, which is Metal Gear to me is mainly story. Yeah. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out on that. I don't actually say when does it say. So it's later this month. That'll be interesting. I'm gonna watch that, see, and then we can report on it if I'm right. But mark my words, definitely get a remaster. You may get a rumor, and I actually think I think we'll get a announcement for a sequel. Item 8. Lots of games are getting shut down. So Meta shuts down Echo VR and the end of Knockout City and Rumbleverse. So I'm not actually reading anything out here. No statements to read, but Meta basically announced that they're going to close down a game called Echo VR. Now, Echo VR was based on a game called... I'm forgetting the name. I'm going to have to search this because it's literally Echo... Ready at Dawn... Lone Echo. So Lone Echo is a series made by Ready at Dawn, the guys who done, oh my god, what was that PS4 game? The Order 1886.
Oh, really? I enjoyed that.
Yeah, never even played it. Actually, I did play it, but yeah. So Ready at Dawn made. They also did Chains of Olympus, wasn't it?
Did they?
Yeah, they did Chains of Olympus. Let me just Google this. Chains of Olympus or devs. Ready at Dawn. Yep, there you are. They did the
I like
PSP. Yep. So they done the PSP God of War games. Did Order 1886. Sony and them obviously stopped kind of working together. They went and made a game for VR called Lone Echo, which is graphically fantastic. I believe were purchased by Meta. Lone Echo 2 was made, and then they made a spin-off called Echo VR. And what it is, it's like a multiplayer game, which is absolutely incredible. So when I had my Quest 2, we all ended up playing it. So basically the game is you're floating about in 0G. There's a ring on one side of the arena, there's a ring on the other one, there's a frisbee. Everyone tries to grab the frisbee and then throw it for the hoop. So people are trying to block it, one's doing nets. It's crazy. The problem that they had, if you watch it, there is fucking screaming kids all over the place because it's free.
Mate, there's screaming kids on every fucking VR game I've been on.
Oh, but this is next level, mate. They're screaming, literally screaming. But it's great. But this was a major problem. And I actually did a bit of reading onto the Reddit page, and this is like one of the top performing like esports VR game. It's a complete shock. Like even when I played this, mate, like this is a game that is incredible. Like I do
Would
not
there be like? Do you think there's a reason why they're shutting it down?
sequel,
That costs money.
full-fledged release, potentially. It doesn't make sense to me why they would shut it down.
Must be something to do with money when you think about it. It's Meta. They're greedy bastards anyway. So if they're shutting it down, there has to be a reason.
There was kind of a rumor.
Somehow.
There was kind of a rumor. I've seen people talking about it that with complaints coming in about kids using it, it was getting eyes of attention about kids in VR and kind of not getting it policed as much. Do you know what I mean? Like VR doesn't have that much features in the
fucking pedophiles and all.
Yeah, not just that, but I don't know what it was, but
there's this game called VR Chat.
I've seen it with Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So my mate plays it now.
Steve?
Big into it. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I played it. It's
but
mental.
He's done all the weird stuff that you can do in it.
What, like?
There's these rooms you meet up, and they're like 18 plus rooms.
Discuss people.
And he's walked in. You have to have a character that has like their willy out or their boobs out.
Right.
And there's ones having sex in the VR chat.
Mate.
And they're actually pretending to do it. They've got full on VR like body trackers on.
It's like Ready Player One.
They're doing all the movements.
You seen Ready Player One?
No.
What? Bobby, you're a fucking gamer and you've never seen Ready Player One.
That's not my genre. My genre is horror when it comes to movies.
Wait there. Ready Player One is about VR. In the future, they're all in the VR headsets, and there's like characters and games and all in it.
Never seen it.
Steven Spielberg directed it.
Yeah, I know what it is, but
you're a fucking bonkers, mate. You need to watch that. You'll love it. Bobby, write that down. You will love that. Trust me.
Probably will. I've seen a trailer for that Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I've never seen it. It looks
funky, but funky.
It looks alright.
So yeah, I played VR Chat. It's cool, mate, because people's mouths are moving and things when you're just sitting there.
Insane. Like there was this. As he was telling me, like he joined this room and he felt really awkward, obviously, because everybody's pretending to suck each other off and all. And they're like, I says to them, I was like, do you not feel a wee bit off? Because like you've walked into this virtual room with your fucking virtual willy out, and everybody's pretending they're making noises and all. I was like, you know, each and every one of them are in their bedroom, like standing up like a plebe.
Yeah,
pretending to suck dick. And then he says there was this character that walked up to him. It was a girl character. What was her man voice? He was like, want to maybe do what they're doing? Steve was like, no, I'm all right.
Do you know what? When I tried the VR Chat, what that all is, mate, honestly, see, like VR at the moment is like the internet in the 90s. It's just a Wild West. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, look at the internet now compared to what it was, mate. Fucking in the 90s, it was web pages were mental looking. There was glitter and everything, remember?
Yeah.
Whereas now everything's a bit more corporated. It's a bit more structured. VR at the moment, mate, it's just a Wild West of fucking everything's happening.
That's crazy. Like, so I couldn't believe some of the stuff he was telling me. Like, and these pictures he showed me with all the characters with their cocks out.
It's like fucking online Habbo Hotel.
It's fucking nuts. And there's probably loads of people. I think there was something on YouTube I seen because I was Googling it or YouTubing it to see what it was about, really.
Yeah.
He wanted me to play with him, and then I seen there's a lot of pedophiles on it.
He's probably one of them.
Pedophiles on it.
Joking, Steve, if you're listening to this. Yeah, I mean, I believe it though.
I was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to stand and make a character and have to have my cock out.
No, I had Logan watching when I had the Quest 2. I was in the headset, and my son Logan had my phone, and it was showing what I see through the Quest app. And there was like a wee chicken, and I kept grabbing it. It was a person, and just kept fucking him over a building. Like we were on a skyscraper, and Logan was in stitches. But it's really, it is really cool. Like honestly, it's cool. But
the kids love it. The kids, they've been playing there's a free roller coaster one. My youngest likes.
yeah.
He likes that one, and then they were playing Gorilla Tag. You ever seen it?
Yeah.
Love that there. And then Among Us, they went on to Among Us, but there was just loads of cursing, and I had to take them off. Like,
so there's one there. There's too much kids in that one. There's too much adults in this one.
It's annoying. Like,
yeah, there's no kind of. It's what I mean. It's hard to police VR as well. Do you know what I mean? Fuck knows what's happening.
Because it's not like adults like us that fuck me. If we went on it, we mess about and curse and all that stuff. But it went on as kids. We're not going to say, "Oh, fucking fuck your ass" or whatever that sort of stuff. I don't know. Whatever the stuff that they were saying some weird stuff. Like, and you're like we wouldn't say fucking.
Stop taking your shuffle.
You know what I mean? We're not going to be assholes.
Well, there's been an asshole that's threatened to rape kids.
Aye. You know what they're like.
So Rumble First is getting shut down. I never played this game. Did you play it?
I tried one game of it and thought it was bullshit.
Okay.
But my kids love it. Two of them love it.
Epic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck up.
Well, Epic published.
Epic published. It's Epic. That's how I know it.
It's the guys that done Killer Instinct.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's that? What are they called again?
Can't remember off the top of my head.
Right. And obviously we got Knockout City. That's Ubisoft, isn't it?
No, it was they're an independent developer, but EA published it.
Ah, that's where we're getting EA published it.
They had the publishing rights for it was something like a year.
Because it was on, I think at Ubi Play, it was on EA.
It's on EA Play, but they published it. They had the publishing deal for a year, but then after the year was up, then the indie made it free to play.
Yeah, not good anyway. From what I played, I was like,
Apparently it was a fantastic game. A lot of people thought it was brilliant.
Couldn't get into it.
Not really for me. Like, and the Rumbleverse wasn't. But I mean, this is just going to happen. But these games are going to come in, try the battle royale genre, and it's too overcrowded.
Well, it's Fortnite got lightning in the bottle, and people are wanting that.
You got Fortnite and Warzone. It's hard to compete with them. And Apex as well.
Well, Fortnite now is Fortnite still as big? Obviously, I'm not really in that thing. Is it still as big?
Yeah.
Fucking nerds. I'm
not into it as much now. Like, I haven't played it properly in months.
Yeah,
but it's still huge.
It's mental now. It's just not for me. I played like chapter 2. It was all right.
The Rumbleverse kind of shocked me because it was Epic published, so I thought they were gonna.
Was Rumble First the fighter battle royale?
The wrestling one.
Fuck, that only came out like last year, did it?
August.
August just passed?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell.
Near sure it was August. But I thought because Epic published it, it was going to get some fun and stuff and promotion pumped into it. Like, you know, actually maybe get some WWE wrestlers in it and costumes and things like that. Like they do with Fortnite and Fall Guys now.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I would have went that route, but apparently not.
I didn't think it was even that. I thought it was like recent, but didn't think it was that recent. Fucking hell.
Mm. The good thing is, though, they are refunding all your money.
Really?
Anything in it. Yep. And they're making all the cosmetics free. So the servers are still going to be running, but you're just not going to be. They're not going to be updating it.
Bit bizarre, isn't it?
Mm. At least they're doing that though. Like, you know, they're giving you all your money back and they're making everything free.
Right.
Something. Because I was thinking, fuck, my kids do play a lot. Two of them would play quite a lot. So I was like, fuck, what are they going to do? But at least they still have access to it.
Yeah.
And they get all the stuff for free because they haven't spent any money on it.
Yeah. That is bonkers though. This is what I mean. So it's just too much. All this stuff comes out and then just doesn't do well and just falls apart. Item 9 is Halo starting from scratch. So in other words, Halo is starting fresh is the rumor here. So following Microsoft's recent round off of company layoffs, we've been hearing a lot about restructuring at Dev 343 Industries. New report sheds even more light on what looks like a major shift for the franchise. Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier has gone on record to say that 343 Industries, after a drawn-out process, decided to move over to Unreal Engine for its next Halo project, supposedly called Project Tatanka. The rumored battle royale game being developed by Certain Affinity, co-developed. What exact shape this project will take is reportedly up in the air as well, as the game is still evolving. The switch to Unreal Engine will start with a new game, codenamed Tatanka. According to people familiar with the plans, that project, which 343 is developing alongside the Austin, Texas-based game studio Certain Affinity, started off as a battle royale, but may evolve in different directions. People have said everything is still very much up in the air at Xbox and 343 Industries right now. What do you think they should do here? Should Halo start from scratch?
Halo needs to die for Xbox to live, I think.
That's what I say about Harry Kane Spurs in a way.
And what I mean by that is it needs to die and just come back and be fucking reborn like a phoenix. It needs to come back fresh, something different. See all them hardcore fucking Halo fanboys.
Oh, Jesus.
You have to cut that bit out.
I'm not
but yeah, no, see all them ones that just want the old fucking Halo from 20 years ago. Go grab an original Xbox and go into your fucking basement or your wee attic room or your fucking spare bedroom with all your friends and connect up and play it. But it needs to be something better. It needs to be fresh. See all that animated. It needs to be realistic, in my opinion. They need to up the graphics. They need to up the gameplay. They need to do something different, but add a wee bit more gore to entice newer people to it. Because if you're just trying to keep the old audience happy, you're never going to innovate.
Well, just reboot, start again.
That's what I want. That's what I want. It needs to die. This Halo needs to die. They need to reboot it, and not just have the one game. Have different games. They had Halo Wars, which is like it was actually meant to be quite good.
Yeah, played it.
So do something like that. Do something fucking different. Do like a linear fucking. And a lot of people are saying do like a survival horror. That could be fucking cool, where you're just a normal Marine. With the flood invaded or something. Is that what you call it?
ODST. I think you played as a Marine, didn't you? People who are, I don't even. Yeah, there was an ODST.
I don't know. Yeah, like was that not like a type of person, the ODST?
I don't fucking know. I
think so. I'm not too sure.
You weren't a Master Chief in it. I know that.
To me, Halo's just fucking. It looks the same as it did. Obviously, it doesn't, but you know what I mean. It looks the same and plays pretty much the same as it did 23 years ago. 22 years ago.
See, I think I played Guardians a wee bit, and I even played obviously the new one with you and stuff, and it's just. I think what you're saying is they really honestly need to just start fresh, redo whatever needs to be done, get the game. Don't do a remake, a remaster. Just do a complete remake.
Just do a complete reboot. New characters, or not necessarily new characters. Obviously, they'll need new voice actors because your man that does the Master Chief's like 70 odds. If they want to build this into the future, they need to recast everything. Obviously, all the fucking Halo fanboys are going to be butthurt, but it's the way it is. Things need to progress because. It's not. It's still Xbox's arguably biggest IP, but it's not doing nothing.
They don't treat it like their biggest IP in a way. Look at the show.
It's treated like shit.
Look at the show. Fuck me.
The show. Look at that. Look at the show compared to, and everyone was like, "Oh, you can't adapt it. Adapt games into TV shows." Look at The Last of Us. It's fucking fantastic.
But then people be like, "Oh, it's such a close one." But I think you could have, and I'm sure a lot of people who are into the lore of Halo would be like, yep, you could have done something like that. Because
there is lore there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But we don't know about it because we don't play it. But it needs a reboot. It needs I think it needs to be more realistic looking in the term, and like something like Gears. You know, that kind of graphics where Halo's very cartoony. You have them wee little fuckers, you know, the wee small cunts run about with the pokey heads run about, and then they're making weird noises.
People probably go nuts at this.
Cut that shit. But cut that shit out. It's 20 years ago. No, I don't want to fucking see that.
Maybe, I like it. Like Halo's good. Halo 1, 2, and 3 when I played them on 10 years ago, nearly with the Master Chief Collection, whatever it was, 8 years, 9 years. They're all right, but it's not the system seller it once was.
No, it's not. It doesn't look like fucking like Halo Infinite. I dived into the multiplayer and was maybe playing for about 2 months on and off. Like, and it's good. Like the gameplay is there, but I don't know. Just fucking reboot the bastard.
Do you think it should be taken off 343 as well?
I don't know, because the game. I can't really say because obviously I don't play the campaigns or anything, so I don't know. What I played of the multiplayer for Infinite was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The gameplay is there. I know you played a couple of games with me, like, and you
played a wee bit as well.
You know, it feels good. So I think they just need to reboot it. They're living off fucking 20-year-old story. They need to reboot it completely.
I don't even know if the story's the issue. I honestly, even when I played Halo, I was like, fuck, I don't even know what happened with the story.
From what I gathered, like I think 4 story was good, but the multiplayer was shit.
Yeah.
5 story was shit, but the multiplayer was good. And then Halo Infinite, the story was good and the multiplayer was good, but it just lacked the content.
Yeah.
And a lot of this is possibly down to the slipstream engine because it's so hard to develop for, because they just can't keep up with it. And if you're making a live, this was meant to be a game for 10 years, Halo Infinite. That's what it was advertised as.
Really?
This is Halo as a platform. And I think it's done.
Should do that with Gears though. Like Gears, the community just completely dies off. Fantastic games. I play multiplayer, you play single player. Community just dies off, and then even finding a match is fucking difficult.
See that for me, like I love Gears because I literally just do the single player, and that's me done with it. So, but yeah, in terms of the multiplayer side of things in Gears as well, I know that it dies off, but this is meant to be the system seller for Xbox. It's not.
We will find. I actually might go and play that. We should try the single player off it, but I feel like this is what I mean.
I think the single player would be good crack, and the co-op and all that, because it is a wee bit. It's like semi-open world, and Halo to me is a co-op game.
Yeah,
Very much a co-op game.
Well, what we'll do is we'll move on. Item 10, the final item on the list before we get into games releasing this week. Bobby, EA might have just cancelled a Titanfall single player game. Following EA's announcement that it's ending development on Apex Legends Mobile and Battlefield Mobile, it's been reported that the publisher has also cancelled an unannounced single player game set in the Titanfall Apex universe. According to Jason Schreier, who's citing 3 people familiar with the matter, says the Respawn developed game, internally known by the codename TFL or Titanfall Legends, was being helmed by creative director Mohammed Alavi until he left the studio in 2021 to pursue what he called his next adventure. Prior to his departure, he had confirmed he was working on a brand new Respawn single-player adventure, which combined with later word from VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb that the project was a first-person shooter with a focus on mobility and style, suggests that this is the very same game now reportedly can. So, Bobby, what's your thoughts on a Titanfall game potentially being cancelled?
I think it's fucking shit, isn't it? I played Titanfall 1.
That was online only, remember?
Multiplayer. Loved it. Yeah, loved it. Thought it was very different. Titanfall 2 got hammered, and it was EA's fault for putting it out between their own game, Battlefield, and Call of Duty.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that. Mental.
It was such a good game. And EA buried it. See if they had just kept that, maybe released it March time, something like that there, a wee bit further out.
That's Battlefield 1, which was probably one of the best Battlefields in a while.
Was it Call of Duty Ghosts? No, it wasn't
Ghosts. It was 2016. What was 2016? Infinite Warfare, maybe, yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, they sent that game out to die, and apparently the campaign, I haven't done the campaign, but apparently it's one of the best, if not the best.
Oh, have you not?
Player. No.
Oh, it's one of the best. Phenomenal
campaigns ever in single player.
In shooters, potentially, like it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. It's just the mechanics in certain aspects, from what I remember, it was fantastic. Absolutely loved it.
So the fact that they've potentially cancelled has a campaign game off it is bizarre.
Now I'm going to ask you something, and I expect you to know the answer anyway, but I'm just checking that we're on the same page. You know who Respawn are, don't you?
Yeah, they came from
Call of Duty.
Infinity
Ward, yeah. Like, they are so good at shooters. Then I remember when Titanfall 1 came out, people were thinking COD Killer. And I remember playing it, mate, and I was like, this is unbelievable. The only thing I didn't like about the game was the Titans.
Piss off.
Hated them, mate.
I love the Titans. The shooting, even without the Titans, like the whole movement was fantastic. It was class. But no, I love the Titan. Get the Titan, just boom, just come down, you jumped into it.
What was it? Was it prepare for Titanfall?
Yeah. No, it just it was like a countdown, and you just seen it coming down. I know, mate of mine, Tim, he fucking loved Titanfall.
It was great.
Loved it.
It'd actually be worth going and play the single player. I think you have a character, it's BT. He's the Titan who you have. It's really good, really good, really fun as a multiplayer or a single player story.
It's 120 on Xbox as well.
It is. I played the multiplayer recently. It does not hold up on console actually.
Isn't that?
No, it just feels a bit. Yeah, don't know. It just feels a bit
Did you play it on Xbox?
dated. Yeah, played Series S was 120 as well. Haven't tried on the X, but it just me and Kira were playing. It did feel a bit dated. But I would love for them, honestly. Like Apex Legends, I liked it when it launched. I have no interest in that. Give me a new Titanfall single player with this multiplayer included. So this is quite.
They should take a break from Battlefield and actually just do a new Titanfall.
Fuck, Battlefield's a mess now, sure. 2042.
Exactly, but it's a fucking mess. Like, actually make something that's good. Respawn could bring out a new Titanfall. That'd be fucking fantastic. But the problem is they're too invested in the Apex.
Well, looks like we're not going to get one for a while at least. If anything, mate. Obviously, they've gotten Jedi Fallen Order. Fuck knows what they're doing alongside Apex. Have they brought out a PS5 version of Apex yet? Remember that was all... They had brought that out. Is it 120?
I would imagine so. I'm not 100%.
I don't think it is.
So.
I don't think it is. Let me double check this just while you're on. We're here. So Apex, PS5, frame rate. I still think it's. I'm a liar.
I couldn't.
No. I'm just double checking this. Is it? My throat is like daggers, by the way. 1440p. I can't even. Yeah. PS5 upgrades in day one was 4K 60, but future upgrade was 120. So it wasn't there at launch. Don't know if it's up there yet.
Okay.
Still really shit. Why I can fucking do 120 on it. But yeah, so that's obviously that, and that's the last of the news. Is there anything you want to add on any part of that, Bobby?
No, just got it. I would like to say another Titanfall.
There you go. We maybe give the single player a go. It's short as well. It's probably 4 or 5 hours.
Is it?
Yeah.
Apparently, is there some time travel or something in it as well?
Do you want to spoil?
No, I don't want to spoil. If there's time travel,
it's not a spoiler.
Is there time travel?
Not the way you think.
Right. Well, if there's any form of time travel, I'm sold on it because I love time travel stuff.
Can I tell you what it is? From memory, because it's probably not right.
Right, go ahead.
So I believe there's
probably not going to play it.
Spoilers for Titanfall single player in 2016. There's a scene where I believe you're running through a warehouse or something like this, and you have a device and you can switch in the past and present. So you're about to jump into something that's far, but you go to the past and there's a place where you land, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like there's debris at one section where you can't pass, but if you jump and then you're landing into the past where there was something in place, that's off memory. Okay. So it's just really for platform. It's quite cool. But I don't know if it's still as impressive as it probably was then, because probably games have copied it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In some aspect. So finally, wrapping up. Heavy hitters releasing this week. Bobby, big game. Releasing on Tuesday. You bought it today. Me and Bobby Game Share, so we're both getting the benefit of this. Talk to me. Hogwarts Legacy. How hyped are you?
The more I see this, the more hyped I am. I was already pretty hyped on it, but like the more of these trailers that I'm seeing, the Hogwarts are pumping out every day. Like it's just, I just want to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
I know your excitement's kind of been built up the past just couple of days, really. Your excitement for it.
So what's actually helped me is I've been on the Reddit page of the games, Hogwarts Legacy, and just Reddit gaming. A lot of people getting the game early. So this happened with Dead Space, and this is what made me buy Dead Space early before the reviews came out. Early impressions, people are saying, holy fuck, this is actually really good. It's not, because usually, people would say, oh, it's buggy or this isn't good, but a lot of it's like, no, this is actually 8 or a 9. It's fucking fantastic in terms of being a Harry Potter game. Like, I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking, but if it's a decent open world game that is Harry Potter, I'm sold, because that's all I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm so excited.
I was going to take Tuesday off, but I have too many people off from work. I was like, I'll just work.
Both done our house tests. See what house we're landing now.
Now we are to do a podcast on Tuesday night for The Last of Us. Is that going to have to be delayed till Wednesday?
Ooh.
That means if not, we're not going to play any Harry Potter. You literally just bought the early access and I'll play it. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Have you read the books?
No, I haven't read the fucking books.
I love how you like it. Fuck me. The books are great. You should get the audio books. Fantastic. I'm not even just saying that. Like,
I know the books are meant to be better. Like my auntie would have read all the books. Like,
Oh, mate, they're incredible. They're actually incredible. Like I've read all the books. Huge fan. Movies are okay. Doesn't hold a candle to it.
Do you know why they called it Sorcerer's Stone in America?
Because people don't know what a philosophisizer is.
Yeah, because Americans are thick as fuck.
Yeah. Do you know what I would say reading a book is comparatively to watching? Like, if you think about watching The Last of Us show, actually, it doesn't make much sense because the show's probably more like a book in a way than a game. But you know, if you have a movie, a 2-hour movie versus a game, throughout that game you get character development. You get a lot more with the characters. In a book, you're in that character's head, so it's even a bit more personal. So imagine you had a Harry Potter game. Throughout the game, you're actually seeing the kind of story play out long form. In a book, you're just getting really kind of personal thoughts and kind of things like that. It's honestly, it's definitely worth reading or listening to the audiobook. Just do it. Do it.
Yeah.
So that's released on Monday or Tuesday. We'll have thoughts for next week's podcast. What's your predictions on the Metacritic score?
I think I said you maybe like an 85 or something a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
Something around there.
I don't think
I'm going to
it'll be
say
85. I think 82. 79 to 82.
81 to 85.
You went 80, you went mid 80s there to drop that. So Dead Space is held up to an 89, by the way.
Which I got right.
Yep, you got right. I do think probably 79 to an 82. Any higher, I'd be surprised. Yeah.
I think it's going to be higher. I said 81 to 85. I'm more leaning towards 85. Like,
Oh, mate, I'm gonna just put this up on TikTok. I'll just go 60 on Metacritic on like Tuesday, Monday at 3 p.m. Boom, 60.
so yeah, I think it's going to be good. The
Yeah.
only thing that's going to hold us back is all that fucking transphobic bollocks.
Oh,
Everybody's
Jesus.
being so sensitive about it. It's all over TikTok already now. You see the videos taking the piss out of it.
It's really
Beyond me.
Curse.
Like, who gives a
Alright.
fuck?
So that is it for episode 6. We didn't even bring up Bobby's court judgment, so we'll leave that. You're lucky I didn't save everything till tonight. I would have had you. That would have been like, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
There's nothing wrong with playing games on easy. Just if
No,
we
it's
agree to
not,
play
even
on.
if it is just for 5 minutes.
Cheating bastard. So I did.
fine,
I'll
man.
be honest. I did feel like putting that the easy at certain sections tonight because I had no ammo. It was killing me. But yeah, look,
The only reason why you didn't, because you wanted to get that trophy, because I didn't have it.
absolutely.
my face.
Yep. I was like, well, I'll have to do it.
Fought through it.
Fall through it. And I've done it. So that is it for episode 6 of the Ready Up Gaming Podcast. If you like what you hear, like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok at Ready Up Pod, follow us on YouTube at Ready Up Pod. Any questions, submit them to readyuppod@gmail.com. We'll submit them in the show, we'll talk about them, and we'll go from there. Bobby, is there anything you want to add before we sign off?
No, just double down what you said. YouTube, Spotify, all that.
Yeah, and if you have a VR headset, you can meet Bobby on a VR chat. Just make sure that your character has a
Fucking
penis
raw,
out. Yeah. That's it. Peace out. Bye.